Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? I am getting a quick start tonight on my weekend project, which is to take all of this. This is pipe insulation. All of these steam pipes above me. This is a building that has steam heat from a large boiler in there. The property manager, property owner contacted me and said, hey, can you put in a bid for this? So what you're seeing there, plus there's another small box, is $1,600 worth of insulation. Yeah, right? They don't give this stuff away. I bid $1,000 to install it. $2,500 to $3,000 project. It was an estimate. If it takes me a little bit longer, I will charge more, but it's going to be right around the estimate, you know, a little higher, a little lower, whatever it is. But I'm getting to start tonight just to get a feel for what I've got to do. Basically, it's going to go easy, except for when you have things like joints, and for that, I've got to do a little bit of cutting. So I brought down, hopefully, this insulation saw for Roxwool, and that I am hoping will do the job to cut this. Otherwise, I'll have to figure something else out. Otherwise, that's the project tonight. All right, hey, I'm going to get started with this. I'll talk to you later. I'll show you some progress along the way. It's not exciting to watch, so I can show you a little bit going on and speed it up, but it's not much, right? Hey, how you doing? So this is day 2. Day 1, I spent maybe a couple of hours. Came down, got set up, you know, probably had like an hour plus of actually putting insulation on pipe. I handled all the smaller pieces as far as just the branch runs from the trunk lines. Did a lot of those. I think I did maybe 95% of all of those. And today was showing up for a couple of hours because I have to go to a different job site at noon, 12:30, something like that, which is fast approaching. And so I came down here after morning coffee and started handling the trunk lines coming out. So I have, I don't know, this room probably 2/3 done as far as the trunk line. I'm going to jump onto this in a moment and run it all the way down. So I'll run this trunk line, then I'll probably be ready to go. I will then tomorrow pick it up and just do the rest of this. I have just a little bit more. Sorry about the light glare here. This pipe right here. 3-inch was very prohibitive to buying this. It was impressive as to how much it actually was to get 3-inch. And I didn't need much of it, and I had to order it in a block of 10 or a package of 10. So I've got wrap for that, so I'll be wrapping that. Then I will have some filler pieces. So I will, you know, like things right here, I will be filling in some of those, not all of those, because I do want ambient heat in here. There's a lot of plumbing in here, and I want ambient heat. That one room in the center, I don't know about how it's going to convect all the way throughout or radiate all the way throughout this entire basement, because the basement is very broken up. So I want to make sure that I am leaving some pipes exposed because I want some ambient heat. It just needs to stay above freezing in the winter, but I want to make sure, like for instance, right here, with all of these repair collars from apparent leaks earlier, I'm going to leave that, you know, so I'm going to get some heat bleed there. I may actually leave those too, heat bleed there. Right here is where the main water supply comes in from the street. And so it all starts here, right? And I have a branch line right there that leads up to a radiator. I'm leaving that completely exposed. Nice little heat pocket for right in here. And I will be wrapping all of my joints with either silver or this aluminum tape. And they also sent me in the package some of the insulation wrap. Yeah, that was a bad idea. So it was only 30 feet, and I powered through it. No excuse, I had breathing protection just outside if I had gone to the trailer. Fiberglass everywhere in the air. I could see it coming off of that rolled insulation. Dumb on my part. It was only 30 feet, and that's in my brain. I'm only 30 feet, just got to get through this 30 feet. When I could have made it a lot more comfortable. Now my face is covered and itches like all get out, but I could have protected my breathing. Alright, I'm going to do a final walkthrough just to make sure that I've covered all of my bases. Starting here in this far front room, that is left intentionally open for heat of this room. Everything else is pretty well sealed up. That is intentionally left open. I could have wrapped that, but I want some heat in this room. Down through here, left open intentionally for heat in this room. However, I do have a radiator run, and I want that open for a little bit of heat there. I have an elbow. Since I was right there, I didn't bother with the elbow there, and that is, again, just heat bleed. Everything looking good so far here. Right by the incoming water meter, I have a radiator run right there, and I left that open intentionally because that's where the plumbing starts. So this radiator room, I didn't do anything other than just that one long return run right there. Otherwise, there is going to be a lot of heat generated in this room, as there always is, and that should provide whatever I have not allowed for the rest of the basement. That should provide some heat to filter through the rest of the basement. I don't think there is going to be any problem, and I probably could have sealed some of those things up. Insurance, because I can always come back later on and do it, but if for some weird reason the pipes would freeze, then I would know I'd have to come down and take some insulation off. Well, I like the project. Other than wrapping those pipes with that just horrendous insulation, it was okay. This was a moneymaker, so I've got some profit in here with my time being adequately compensated. Okay, on to the rest of the list. You all take care, have a great day, like and subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to get notified when I drop another video. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye.